This is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today we will be discussing something very, very important: how to handle rejection. And these tips can be used in any area of your life, but definitely use your discernment to figure out which one will be best for you in your individual situation. You don't have to use everything on this list. You don't have to use anything on the list. You may notice a few strategies work for certain situations and other strategies may not work for others, but it's definitely flexible. So 5 tips on how to handle rejection. So my first tip: don't take it personally. And I know this is very difficult. It's hard for all of us because you feel like it's you, right? Like, what's wrong with me? What did I not do correctly? What could I have done differently? You automatically internalize it and we make it personal, but most of the time it's not personal, right? And so in order for you to move forward, you have to keep in mind that it's not about you. Focus on whatever the position is. So let's say you're applying for a job, right? When people are hiring for a job, typically they're going to hire people who they feel like are best in a position. And so you may have been a great candidate, but maybe they just didn't feel like you were best suited for it. Or maybe you have the experience, but they don't think that your personality would be a good fit for the office, right? Because there's so many different factors that come into hiring. So you just never know. In addition to it, you don't even know if that person had the final say. They may have been a person who did the interviews, but then they have to report to the hiring manager. Or maybe they are the hiring manager, but they still have to figure out, okay, well, let me talk to my team. Let me figure out which one is the best candidate. And typically it's on paper. So sometimes there are businesses that literally have sessions and they're looking at a person's resume and they completely block out the name so that it's anonymous. And I think that that's wonderful, because if it doesn't have a name, you can't try to guess what nationality that person is. You can't try to guess their religion. You can't have any identifying information. You have no idea what they look like. All you can see is what that person's experience is. So do you look good on paper? So that's something to be mindful of. Don't take it personally. Just reset yourself. Next, you can ask how you can improve. So sometimes when you don't get a position, people will reach out to you. They may send an email and say, "Hi, I really appreciate you for sending in your application. At this time, we will be pursuing a different candidate. And please, in the future, feel free to apply if there is another position open." And so you can ask, "Well, can you please tell me why I didn't get the job? Is there anything that I could have done differently? Is there any kind of experience in particular that you're looking for that I do not have?" And so this shows them that you're committed to growth, that you're committed to continuing your process, and that maybe you do want to apply, even if it's not at that same business. Maybe I want to apply somewhere else, but I just need to hone in on what I need to do to make myself better. And so I have tried this strategy once. They did not email me back, but I didn't get a job a few years back, and I emailed them and I said, "Hi, would you mind telling me why I didn't get the position?" And I'm not sure. He could have thought that I was some crazy person who doesn't like being rejected and was looking for a reason why I didn't get the job, solely so I could cause a ruckus, TV stuff. But I should have been a bit more descriptive. So I honestly think that if I was more descriptive, it would have helped, because it was a personal email from a member of their company. And yeah. So instead of me just asking why, I should have said, "Would you mind telling me why? I'd like to know so that I can improve in the future. And I would love to reapply one day with this business." Even if you don't really intend to, you just want to know for future reference, right? The second thing is to self-reflect. So sometimes we already know what the issue was, and so maybe we were off that day during the interview. Maybe we didn't proofread our resume first and something up there was wrong. Maybe we didn't have all the identifying information that we needed. It also could be we were just completely unprepared for the interview. And so we have a number of resources on college campuses. If you're in school, if you're not in school, you can probably go to the library, and at your local library they typically have a number of resources that you can use to assist you in your professional development. And one of the things that they offer at North Carolina Central University is mock interviews. And so you'll meet with a person, you all will discuss what your interview is about, you'll read over the job description, and they will ask you questions based on what a typical interviewer in that particular segment could ask you. And so it's very important that you self-reflect and that you take advantage of those additional resources so that you can be better. What did I not do? Was there something that I could have done better? Always strive for excellence, right? So self-reflection is key. The third thing is to redirect. So when you're rejected, redirect yourself. There's going to be another position to apply for. Sometimes people get discouraged when they don't get a certain job and they're like, oh, I'm just not going to apply for any more jobs. And it's like, you need a job. So apply for more. Put yourself out there, attend those mock interviews, go to networking events where you can practice speaking, practice your elevator pitch. You know, they say everyone should have an elevator pitch, which basically states who you are, what you do, why you want a certain position, and what some of your short-term goals are, right? And it should be very quick and dirty. So for example, my elevator pitch is, hi, I am Love. I am a self-love guru. I make all natural skincare products, and I also enjoy public speaking on self-love and self-advancement, right? And so that's a quick and dirty way to tell people who I am and what I'm about, so that I don't have to reintroduce myself. Now we can get into the dynamics of if I fit that particular position or not. The more focused questions, instead of them having to ask, so tell me about yourself, right? So next, boss up. When you go to this next position, be the best that you can be. Be involved in as much as you can be involved in. Continue to make yourself a very well-rounded candidate. And always to make sure that if someone rejects you, this is just my personal thing, but I feel like if someone rejects you for a position in the beginning, I don't want to go back and make your company look better because now you see my value, or I've increased my value, so now you think that I am worthy of working with your business. I'm not interested anymore, but thank you. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you for noticing. I appreciate the fact that you're still watching. And I appreciate that you cared enough to reach back out to me. That was really nice of you. But unfortunately, I do have some other clients that I'm considering, and I thank you for the opportunity. It's like, you don't really have to be petty. Definitely consider it, especially if it's something that you're interested in. I would say if they're offering to pay you more based on you going to gather more experience and, you know, you being more focused in the area, absolutely. If they're offering to pay you more, if the benefits are going to be excellent, and if you have some job security there, then you can go for it. But definitely, I would not return to a place that rejected me if I felt like there was no merit behind it and they didn't give me feedback on what I could do to improve, and then they just sort of wanted me back because they missed the opportunity. I'm good on that. So I really do hope these tips were helpful. Those were 5 tips on what to do when you're rejected. Self-reflect, ask questions, redirect yourself, and come back bigger and better than ever. And always remember that when it comes to these jobs, you are the prize. They want you. They need you to make their jobs better. Don't allow them to make you think it's the other way around. Peace.